What's the longest you've ever gone without sleep? I've had insomnia on and off over the years, and I certainly have some stories about what I can remember from when the hallucinations started kicking in. But I'm talking about staying up to get a paper done, or in my case, for work. My record was 5 days, and oh boy, that was a trip. That's what I want to talk about today. This all started when I was working for a chain of restaurants that specialized in serving only chicken fingers. I was part of an elite squad known as the New Restaurant Opening Team. Basically, I was a glorified trainer, but it meant that every few months the company would send me to a new restaurant that had just been built to help teach a whole new crew how to run the place on their own. We'd usually be gone for 2 or 3 weeks, work a ton of hours, get a ton of overtime, and then get sent home. Sometimes, though, we'd get sent out as support for just a few days or so. I got the call that the company wanted to send me to St. Louis for a few days. I'd never been there, the company was paying for the flight and hotel, so I went. Normally when I worked, I was on the morning shift. I'd go in for 7 or 8 a.m. and usually be out by 3 or 4. I worked mornings for a very specific reason. I have a lot of medical issues, so I have to take, well, a lot of medicine. Most of these meds need to be taken at a certain time at night, and a lot of them end up making me sleepy, so working nights was something I really couldn't do. Just before I got on the plane to St. Louis, I got an email telling me that they had a schedule change, so instead of working mornings, I'd be working nights. I wasn't too pleased about this. But I was a professional. I figured I'd find a way. I fly out to St. Louis, and my training boss meets me at the airport. She brings me to the hotel and says, get ready and head over to the restaurant. So I check in and head over. It wasn't really difficult stuff. I basically just had to make sure people were doing things right and come closing knew how to clean everything the right way. 10 p.m. comes around, and I'm getting ready to start closing. One of the other trainers comes up to me. What are you doing? Closing. Oh, no. We don't close till 3. A.M.? Why? We're right next to a college. Turns out that we were, in fact, directly next to a college. I kept it professional and started prepping for business to come. But it never came. It turned out the college was on spring break, so no one was there. I kept my team busy until 3 and then helped oversee closing. Normally, it takes a good team about an hour to close. These kids were new, so it took them 3. It's to be expected, but it's not ideal. About 6:30 in the morning, I trudge back into the hotel. As I'm heading to the elevator, I look over and see one of the other trainers I know sitting in the lobby. So I head over to say hi. Hey, Brad. Hey! You know, a bunch of us are going to go to the zoo today. You should come. Now, the St. Louis Zoo is the only free zoo in the country, and I'd heard it was awesome. I'm in. I had just enough time to shower and change and meet everyone in the lobby. The zoo was, in fact, awesome. We spent the entire day there, saw animals I'd never gotten to see up close, and walked out with a small stuffed hyena that my dog quickly made its new favorite toy. We leave the zoo and realize, oh no, we have to be to work in 2 hours. We rush back to the hotel, change, and head back to the restaurant. That night, business is dead. The other trainers and I want to close early, but we're outranked by the district manager. He insisted that we stay open for any business that might come by. Some business did come by. From midnight until 3 a.m., we made exactly $13.46. Worth it. Closing time comes, and this time the kids are a little faster. I make it back to the hotel around 5:30 a.m. As I'm walking in, I see a bunch of trainers sitting in the lobby. Hey, Scott, come check this out. What's going on? We're all going to go to the Arch today, but you got to get your tickets early or the line takes forever. You in? Now, at this point, I was super tired and still hadn't slept, but when was I gonna be in St. Louis again? I'm in. Give me 20. I rush up to my room, grab a shower, and head back down. We order our tickets over the phone and head to the Arch. We get to the Arch, and the first thing we have to do is go underground. You go through a museum and gift shop before you get into the elevator that takes you up to the top. Oh, did I say elevator? Because I meant a little pod that escaped the set of a Stanley Kubrick movie in the 1970s. It was this little white oval pod that may have held 5 1970s adults, but it was not meant to hold 5 2016 adults. We ride the pod up, which I should mention had clear doors because a family got stuck in a pod overnight sometime back in the 80s, and get to the top. Now, a few things. First, heights scare the heck out of me. You're probably wondering why I went up there if I knew I was going to be afraid. Well, the answer's simple. Whenever possible, I try to confront my fears in a controlled way. What I didn't know was the following. 1. The viewing room of the arch is not flat. It actually follows the curve of the apex. 2. To actually look out the windows, you have to lean against the wall and look straight down. 3. The arch was built so that it sways when the wind gets high. Factor those 3 into my fear, and I had a not great time up there. Still, in the end it was fun, and I can say I did it. Anyway, after the arch, we grab some food and realize, oh no, we gotta be to work in 2 hours. So we rush back to the hotel. I get to work again, choke down some caffeine pills we'd gotten in the first aid kit by mistake, and make it through the night. This is where things start to get a little fuzzy. I remember getting back to the hotel and seeing some other trainers there. Hey, Scott. Hey, we're all gonna go to the mall today. You wanna come? I don't remember everything that happened at the mall, just that I chewed a few more caffeine pills and spent 10 minutes riding one of those rocking horse things. I was on my way to the food court when I heard, oh no, we gotta be to work in 2 hours. That night, we get to work, and I'm thinking I can finally get some sleep if I can just make it through the night. I know my flight home isn't until 1 p.m. the next day, so I can at least grab a few hours of sleep at the hotel. At the restaurant, my training manager comes up to us in our pre-shift meeting and goes, alright, who flies home tomorrow? Me and 2 other trainers raise our hands. When are your flights? 8 a.m. 8 a.m. 1 p.m. Okay, cool. The 3 of you meet me in the hotel lobby at 6 a.m. Wait, but Dude, I don't want to drive to the airport twice. Oh, okay. The shift ends and I make it to the hotel with just enough time to pack my things and meet him in the lobby. We get to the airport, the 2 other trainers go their way, and I go mine. Now, I know I have 5 hours until I board, but I also know that if I fall asleep now, I will definitely miss my flight. So I spend the next 2 hours just wandering the terminal. Eventually, I get back to my gate, and it hits me. I'm flying Southwest. Southwest doesn't have assigned seats. I'm in the last group to board. This means I'm basically guaranteed a middle seat if I even make it on the flight. My head spins, and I run over to the ticket agent. Hi, can I help? Help you? Hi, I haven't slept in days, and I was at work, and I'm in the last group to board, and I'm gonna fall asleep, and I don't want to fall asleep on anybody, Oh, sweetie, you look... here. She takes pity and hands me a fresh boarding pass. A3. Okay, one of the first people on. I can get to a window seat and pass out. We board, and I do just that. Find one of the first window seats I come across. We take off, and I think I can finally get a nap in. Just as I'm dozing off... Would you like a drink? Huh? What? Oh, sure, yeah. I start to doze off again. Snack? Huh? Well, sure, yeah, sure. I'm just about to doze off. Please prepare for landing. We land, and I'm finally back home. Full disclosure, I don't remember what happened next, but I'll tell you what my wife told me afterwards. I get in the car, and I only say 2 words. Hi. Pizza. We drive back home and pick up a pizza on the way. She helps me into the house. I drop my bag on the floor and head into the bedroom with the pizza. My wife says she has to check on something and she'll be right back. 5 minutes later, she comes back in the room. Half the pizza's gone, and I'm under the covers, passed out. I slept for the next 18 hours. After that, I never worked nights again.